Right now I'm driving to court. Normally I would cancel my court date, but my client's in jail and I'm doing everything I can to get him out of the jail. Unfortunately, my dog Orzo collapsed this morning. My wife's in California at the moment because her dad has some medical issues, and I guess you could say I'm stressed. Got concerns, got another dog with cancer, and all kinds of meal prep and trying to keep the sugars and carbs down. But Orzo's our hyper dog, our vicious dog, our dog that will attack another dog, but is wonderful with people. And I definitely love the dog. And when we were out of town on vacation 2 weeks ago, he got cut somehow, and he's on some medication. Well, we got back, realized the cut was a lot worse than what the sitter had said. Took him to the hospital. They had to stitch him up, or the vet. And since he started this medication, and one of the medications is to kind of relax him. It's almost like a tranquilizer, but I know that the problem is not just the drug. He could be having a reaction to the drug, but a few months ago he's sprinting back and forth. He doesn't like other dogs. Sees another dog, he's running back and forth at the fence, and he just collapses. And I start to take him to the hospital, but he recovers very quickly, and I'm just going, okay, maybe he just pushed himself so hard. And that's probably, in retrospect, that's my naivety. I should have just taken him right to the doctor. But anyway, now since he's been on these 3 medications, it's an antibiotic. It's things that are kind of normal. Trazodone's one of the medications, so that is supposed to kind of knock you out, make you loopy. But it's more than that. This morning, we started to run, and he, boom, just sideways over, collapsed. And it's not a seizure, at least in my humble opinion. I guess it could be. My medical expertise is very limited, basically none, other than what I read. But he falls over. I go over and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" And he's just like, I could tell he's not there. And I wait, and he recovers in like a minute. And I want to rush him to the doctor, but balancing your case, when people wonder, how high do I, my dog is my family, is my son, and right now I know that there's a risk, although I think it's slight, because I put him in the room, he's in the air conditioning. When I left, he seemed to be acting normal, walking normal. He has water. But I know in the bottom of my, back of my brain, I know that there's a possibility I could come back and, the worst thing could have occurred. Certainly hope that doesn't happen. I've emailed the vet. I already had an appointment at the vet at 1 o'clock. The main vet, the one that I prefer, and it's no disrespect to the other vets, he's in surgery all day, and he said he'll try to come down, but if he's got a dog under anesthesia, that makes it quite difficult, if not impossible. I'm just scared. I'm nervous, but I don't even know why I'm making the video. I guess I'm listening to myself talk. But if people don't think that defense attorneys put their clients first, I mean, even over this situation, like I said, my dog is my family. As much love for my dog as I do any human being. There's God number one, there's my wife number two, and everybody else, respectfully, is three. And I'm severely bothered, but I have a hearing, I have an open plea on a serious matter and a young man that's sitting in jail right now, and I had to make a decision. He sits in there longer and I try to reschedule, and I said, if obviously, but my dog stayed in that condition, and I guess I would have had to have canceled it, but man, I'm struggling a little to focus right now, because I know it's something serious. I don't know if it's like a swelling on the brain, could be an allergic reaction to drugs, could be some sort of exercise induced, but he really didn't do anything. It wasn't enough exercise to get him going, but he did see dogs and but we're not less than 30 seconds and he fell over. So pray for my dog, pray for me that I'm not distracted and I can do everything I can do for this client. I'm not going to be distracted, because I'm going to pray and bow my head before I walk into that courtroom and ask God to put everything else aside for the time it takes to make my legal arguments and do everything I can to help this young man. And then as soon as that's done, then I'll redirect my focus, go home, get my dog, take him to the vet, and pray for the vet that he can figure it out and that he can help my dog. That's all I got. All right. Thanks for listening. Pray.